This video will cover computer science through the middle school. One little point to keep in mind, over the past 3 years, with so much going on during the pandemic, shifting modalities for our instruction, hybrid, remote, not having class, we've gone through a lot of changes. So some of what we'll talk about here is what we've been able to accomplish this year, as well as foreshadowing some of the goals and some of the work for next year. So right now, as is, and this is going to be true for next year as well, all sixth graders are going to be enrolled in a computer science class. It is a 45-day class. It's part of the exploratory course cycle. This current year, that we've had 99% of all sixth graders enrolled, and we've just essentially created a nice little avenue. We usually use Scratch as a foundation, but we talk about some other introductory topics, such as just computing in general. We also talk about a little bit of hardware. Essentially, we're just trying to give the basics, an introductory experience for all. While we're using Scratch, there's a focus on algorithmic thinking and design, with a sub-focus on collaboration, debugging, some of the skill sets that you would actually need in order to program. So again, this is the mandatory course. We're going to be running this course again next year, and we're already talking about some of the changes and modifications. In 7th and 8th grade, it's not a mandatory course. It's offered as an elective. Right now, we have 42% of all 7th and 8th graders enrolled, roughly the same percentage for each of the two grades. We are, throughout this year, trying to get back to some of our older prior units, but we're looking forward to next year getting back to all of them. Scratch, we do a little bit of Python in 8th grade. We've used Oculus Go's. The MBOT actually might be on the way out. We're in the process right now of identifying a different robot that is used with different computers. But essentially, we're trying to give a plethora of experiences in those two courses, where you've got some programming, you've got some robotics, you have 3D programming as well. Again, these courses focus on algorithmic thinking and design, and essentially trying to create that foundation for all students when they go into high school. When students do enter the high school, anyone who has experienced all three of the courses, they started out in the mandatory 6th grade, then took the elective 7th and 8th grade, is actually in a very, very, very strong position to just jump right into our AP classes in computer science once they enter 9th grade. It's one of the reasons why we try to structure it this way, so that when entering the high school, we actually can spread out our AP courses. So this pathway is a nice entryway into that feeling.